G'day, back out at the Reno for week 2, and this week we're going to be pulling the kitchen out. But before we do that, we're going to be disconnecting the water so that when I pull the sink out, we're not going to get water everywhere. And we're going to disconnect the power just in case there's some power behind the cupboards. I don't want to be getting electrocuted or anything, so I'm going to turn the power off to the house and also turn off the gas, because we've got a gas point down there where the oven used to be connected to, but it wasn't connected when I moved in here. But there is still gas. I don't want to break the pipe or anything, so just in case I break it, I'm going to turn the gas off. So I'll show you how to do that, just for people that may not know. And then we'll get into removing the kitchen. Okay, so we're out the front of the house, and you've got to find the water meter. So this one, our one's here. Make sure it's yours, not your neighbour's. As you'll see, the neighbour's one is very close by as well. So just make sure you're turning off your own one. So you just basically turn this tap here, and that'll turn it off hard. And a good way to test it is have your tap turned on, and then you can see now, once I've turned that off, there's no water coming out of the tap. Next thing will be down to the meter box, which is on the side of the house. When you look in here, so you'll see all of the circuit breakers here. So I just basically turn everything off. So everything is off. So hopefully now we can see here there's nothing, the meter's actually not spinning. And as for the gas, you see this lever here, you basically do that and that will turn it off. So that is off. That's it. Now we can get into removing the kitchen. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out this cupboard here and the little shelf here, which is sort of screwed up with brackets underneath. So I'll pull that out first, then that'll enable me to get this cupboard out. And then what I'll do from there is I'll disconnect all the water, and then I'll start pulling that cabinetry out as well. So basically just screwdriver to unscrew the brackets. One down. These have a little clip on the back of them, so you can just flick that up and the doors come off. You see here, there's a little clip there, it flicks off. I'll be taking these outside in a minute, just get them out of the way. clips on the back, so I just need to unscrew this one. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the waste pipe here, just to get it out of the way, and then I'll pull out this water filter system, which hasn't been fixed in, but it's connected up here that you can see. Now, because this is one of the old style sinks with the 2 taps and the spout, it doesn't have any fittings here to cap off. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cut these off here, and then I'll get the plumber to fit put some fittings on there, so that when I put the flick mixer in, the flick mixers just screw on. They have flexible pipes which you just screw on. Now obviously this doesn't have them, so I'll have to get them fitted. So until I get those fitted and I can cap them off, the water will have to stay turned off. Pretty filthy, so. Okay, there, that's pretty disgraceful, so anyway, now we'll remove this. You see the stuff that's coming out down the bottom here, it's just, yeah, full of rubbish. Stay in there. Undo this fitting here. Okay, so now I'm just going to use a little multi-tool. If you haven't seen one, advertised on TV a fair bit. Well, they call it a renovating tool or whatever. Has a cutting blade on here, so should cut through that pretty quickly. One thing I did forget to do was to release the pressure from the hot water. Should have turned one of the hot water taps on. The cold water was okay, because you saw me turn the tap on out the front. But I forgot to turn on one of the hot water taps just to release the pressure. So we've had a lot of water come through here from the hot water, but that's okay. We'll clean that up, and I'll continue cutting this pipe. now that we've cut these pipes, this can actually all just be pulled away. So I'll just start to remove the cabinets. Okay, so I just want to show you to get this out. You actually need to pull it forward to get it over these pipes here. Then you need to lift it to get it up over this. This is fixed in under the house, so you can't take that out because it goes in, that's connected up to the sewer. So you need to pull the cabinet forward like this to get it over those pipes, and then you need to lift it up and over the sewer pipe. So you see here, the pipe's still there, and the water pipes are coming out of there, which I'll get capped off. And now it's just this one, which is so that's it, kitchen's out. Now I'm just going to pull all the tiles off, pull the power points off the walls, get all the tiles off the walls, try and remove this old wallpaper. Not sure how that'll go, I may end up just taking the gyprock off because I need to put power points in and run cables through anyway for the cooktop, which will be here, and the oven, which will be there. So I need to have power over here underneath the cupboards where the new cupboards will be. So I may end up just taking the gyprock off the wall and running the cables through and then putting new gyprock up. Catch you soon. Okay, so now I've got the kitchen out, I'm going to take the tiles off the wall and I'm just going to use a scraper, a thin one, and just tap it with a hammer and hopefully the tiles will come off pretty easily. So you can see here, I'm just trying to get it off the wall without damaging the surface too much. What we'll need to do is we'll still need to run a small coat of patching over that, just to rip the paper off and just to smooth that back out, so that there's no sort of lumps and bumps when you're just trying to lay the tiles onto it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these and get it all out of the way. So I've just switched to the brick bolster, just to try and get underneath it a bit better than the scraper, and it seems to be a little bit quicker. Okay, so that piece of the wall is now done. I'll just continue around the other side and get it all finished. You see that one? I can see bolster starting to go on that angle, so I knew it started to dig into the wall there, so I pulled out and came from the other direction. There we go, all done. Probably 15 minutes work. What you'll notice here with this drain is that I've put duct tape over the top of it and sealed it up. Well, two reasons. One, for the smell, because the smell coming up out of there is pretty bad. And also just to stop other rubbish going down there anyway. So yeah, you just sort of tape it off, and that stops the unpleasant smells coming into the house all the time. Okay, so now that I've got all the tiles off, pretty much like I'd have to do with the floor, you've got to get rid of the residue lumps like that. You see there, still lumps of glue stuck to the wall. You need to get rid of those just to sort of smooth it out, get rid of all the damaging bits of paper. So I'll go through and scrape all of this. Once this is all done, I'll probably just do a really light skim coat over the top of that, just to give it a smooth finish for when we put the tiles back on, for the splash back once the new kitchen's in.